All right, team. Whoop. Technical difficulties. It's my first time.
Like, are you out of practice?
Yeah. Right. All right, team. Let's start. Kristen, stop laughing at me. You're not laughing with me. You're laughing at me. All right. So we start the same way every time. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful Thursday, March 25th. I'm always going to read the vision because this is what we stand for. This is what we're chasing. Right. We believe in creating an authentic environment built on the foundation of productivity and collaboration. This inspires our people to achieve their business goals, to design their legacy worth leaving. And honestly, in some of the numbers that we're continuing to see all of you agents put up on the board, we get closer and closer and closer to this every day. And some of the amazing conversations that I'm humbled to have every day with all of you, hearing some of the successes and even the challenges in your business, just proves to me, proves to the leadership team and to the ALC that we're continuing to push toward this vision. So a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I'm a big advocate, and KW is a big advocate of gratitude. Starting a day, starting a presentation, or starting a meeting with gratitude is such a beautiful way to start things and gets us in the right mindset. So give me three. Let's fill three buckets. Go ahead. Who was that?
Stella.
Hey, Stella.
Okay, so my gratitude is for you because I had, as you know, a really, really rough, was that Tuesday? I don't even know. It was just, it feels like 10 lifetimes ago. And I was feeling like a whole lot of failure, and sitting down and talking with you really made me pivot a lot in my thinking. And I am so grateful that you know, I really do think you have a lot of wisdom, and I know everybody's gonna laugh at me for saying that. That's true. And so now I am gonna put on my wall, if you are doing the right thing, the no's will show up, because that helped me really put things into perspective. And also I now understand batting averages for baseball.
I love it. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, Vince, Stella was teaching me baseball yesterday or 2 days ago after she talked with you. So now you're just educating just one person at a time.
Like, a 300's good, right? And I'm like, no, that's awful. And he's like, no, that's good. I'm like, oh.
And that's the point. So I love it. Thank you so much. You're a rock star. We're so absolutely humbled to be in business with you. And thanks for the kind words. It's the least I can do. Who else? Give me another.
I want to fill Stella's gratitude bucket. I just learned this week that I'm missing her as an office mate. She's got her own little thing happening now. And when we were always together, even when we're not, past her in the hallway, you always have kind things to say. You are wise in your own way. Vince is not the only wise person around here. And I love the way that you advocate for your clients and for people in your tribe. Like, I want you on my side. So your energy is never lost. I love it. So thank you. And I hope even though you're over there on the other side of the building, that we can still be friends.
Kind of makes me cry. Love
you. I love you.
Love it. Awesome to see. Who's next? Renee.
Yes, I would like to thank Wayne Strobel. So for his help, he actually went to a home last week and did a video walkthrough for me for my own personal purchase for my second home. And I wanted to thank him. I won in multiple bids against a cash offer even. And I'm coming down tomorrow. We're on our way tonight to Ladson, and I'll be in the office tomorrow. Pop in and say hi. So thank you, Wayne, for doing a video walkthrough for me.
I love it. That is awesome. Welcome down to South Carolina. It is gorgeous down here, I'll tell you that much. It's exciting. Way to go, Wayne. Anybody else before we move on?
Me, it's Abby.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, gratitude to quite a few people. You, Vince, Stella, Denise, Camille. Like, just coming in the office this week, everybody's been really, really helpful because, you know, I'm brand new. and I really appreciate it. I've texted Vince like after hours, and I was so sorry about it. And he was like, no, anytime. Denise was really, really helpful and giving me some advice, because I have a couple of clients that I'm meeting with this weekend, got some contracts in the works. So thanks everybody for all the help, and just being super sweet. I tell people all the time, man, this office is like Pleasantville. Like, everybody's just so nice here. So I really appreciate it.
You're going to be a great agent. I have no doubt.
Thank
I
you.
love it. Yeah, and that's awesome. Anything that you need, this KW family is definitely there for each other. I love it.
Yeah, and she just
All
started
right.
as a client.
Yeah, let's not jump over that. Congratulations, Debbie. Way to go.
Thank you.
All right, so I see John Joe on here. So here's what I want to do. So first, a huge congratulations to Jay Kennedy, our tech ambassador and our tech trainer at the Market Center level. He was awarded by the region the Tech Hero Award. So a huge congratulations to Jay. He's just absolutely instrumental in helping our agents integrate command and technology into our businesses. We couldn't do it without you, man. So congratulations and thank you. And my right hand, the Tiffany Davis. I'm speechless. Congratulations, the MCA Award of Excellence, 2nd year running, right? She took on a lot of new responsibilities this year, grew a ton, both professionally and personally, and stretched herself from a growth perspective. And this was much earned and much deserved. So a huge congratulations from the bottom of my heart. A thank you to this amazing woman, Tiffany Davis. Congrats. And to the Synergy Group, number 12 in team sales with a GCI of over $720,000 last year in 2020. What I wanted to do today was, one, celebrate all of these individuals, but take a couple of minutes and just have a conversation with these two, with John Joe and Drew, if they were both able to jump on, but kind of pick their brain a little bit. This has been a crazy market. In 2020, I don't know if we remember, but we went through a pandemic and a whole lot of other things. And these guys scaled their team. They were number 12 in all of the region from a GCI perspective. And just a huge congratulations to them. So John Joe, Drew, are you guys on here? There's John Joe.
I'm here. Drew's here as well. He's in and out.
There he is back there.
He's here. You're good.
You guys, so I figured what I wanted to do, I shot you a text earlier, but one, I wanted to say congratulations. And two, say that we're humbled to be in business with both of you. But then lastly, we want to just have a conversation, just the three of us, and kind of pick your brains about how you were able to put up the numbers that you did last year. What's next for the Synergy Group? But I figured I may as well start with that first question I shot you over. What was the biggest contributor to your success in 2020?
For me, because we work two separate spheres and we work two separate ways, of course, for the same team. For me, it was my clientele, my sphere of influence. I think 90% of my deals were done with sphere of influence, or either you can put a / referrals from my sphere of influence. And of course, we add those to the sphere, and hopefully that snowballs for the rest of my career. So that was the primary bread and butter for me. However you connect with your sphere, for me, it's completely different. I'm very social. So I stayed social with my sphere, dinner parties, their dinner parties, church activities, ball, etc. You all do the same thing. That's where it is. And not necessarily walking up to your sphere and saying, hey, you want to buy a house today? How about tomorrow? How about the next day? But hey, I'm John Joe. Let's hang out. Let's create a relationship where I become the automatic go-to when they decide real estate's on their mind. So that was it for me. For Drew, since he's not in the room, we discussed this just a little bit before we got on the call. For Drew, it was follow-up. And Drew works his leads a little bit differently. He is not necessarily the social animal that I am. He does not want to hold hands, but I like to hold hands. Okay, so Drew is going to be more along the lines of the professional. His clients are clients for real estate, and he wins with follow up. So really, it's vital to do both of those in both of our businesses. So if I don't follow up with my sphere of influence, number one, I lose the relationship, and number two, I lose the potential deal that's out there. So you have to stay in touch.
Yeah, but you touched on a couple of amazing points there, John Joe. And one, in getting to know both of you, you both have very different strengths, and you're both really diving into those strengths. You talked about you and loving the social aspect of real estate. Talked about Drew loving the professional aspect. And you talked about Drew in that follow-up piece. I saw a stat the other day, and it talked about how a transaction or a sale, 90% of transactions and sales, just across any industry, happen after the fifth contact. After the fifth contact, right? Only 2% happen on the first contact. So that's why follow-up is so important. And then you mentioned your sphere. Gary Keller says it in this book, the MREA, that we're going to talk about later. But he talks about the size of our business is in direct correlation to the size of our database, and multiple times talks about the importance of that database within our business and building relationships with them. So I love it. But what would you say, John Joe, has been or was the biggest challenge in 2020, and how have you continued to fight through that moving into 2021?
The biggest challenge in 2020 or 2021?
Or yeah, in 2021, I'm sorry. What has been the biggest challenge in 2021 as you continue to grow and scale?
Can't throw me curveballs like that, Vince.
Yeah, I just went back to my little template here. Don't worry.
I only prepared for 2021. It would be adding staff to the team. That would be the number one challenge. And then being able to shift in the frenzy that we're going through right now. So being able to shift, and it's ever so important in my mind to shift our thinking. If you're just a buyer's agent, you got to be a fighter. Talked to an agent yesterday about it. You just got to fight. Yep, Joseph's got it right there. Shift. And so you just gotta. If you're going to be a buyer's agent, you can be successful. Don't like get too depressed if that's your focus. But you're going to have to get real creative. If you're going to be, if you're a listing agent, you're going to have to get aggressive as well, because we've got a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition sitting in this room right now. So you just got to be aggressive, and you've got to be first of mind to that client to get the listing. And assume there's 3 to 4 other realtors dealing with it. Just assume that. I will literally tell people, listen, you're going to get a call from another realtor. You're going to connect with another realtor. Can I be your realtor? I would like to be the one. Can I keep your business until I lose it? And then, if I don't earn your business, then that's on me. But and I'll even tell them, hey, please don't cheat on me. Whatever.
I love it. So, and I remember being in a room. This was back in 2016, I believe, and it was around election time at that point. And Chris Heller, one of the past CEOs of the company, made a question, was asked a question. Somebody asked him, what is the impact in real estate when a new president's going to get elected? And he stopped for a second and he said, you know what? I've been in real estate for 20 some years, and the only thing constant is change. And what I'll tell you is there will be change. But what's most paramount in my success moving forward is my ability to adapt to that change. And I hear that's what I hear you saying, is this ability to shift and adapt, right? Clearly, there's not a ton of homes on the market. Things are selling very fast, right? That buyer's agent, going back to the resources that we have, I think it's tactic 9, Joseph, right? Creating buyer urgency and some of the selling tactics, things of that nature, right? So using the resources at hand as well. So I love that, John Joe. So what have you been doing from a creative standpoint? What are the new things that you're doing to take market share and drive more listings? Because I'll say this, last year, you guys put up, I think, almost 42 to 45% of your business last year was listings, which is really, really awesome. That's a big number, and that everybody in this business should be aspiring to be a listing heavy business, specifically getting toward that 50-50. You guys are close. So what are some of the new things you're doing in this market to generate listings and take more?
Well, let me ask you one. And all of you, and I'll ask myself, do all of my buyers know that a real estate agent can also list their house? You'd be surprised the amount of real estate conversations I have with clients that they're like, yeah, I just sold my house and now I need to buy one. I'm like, why in the world are you talking to me? Why aren't you talking to the agent that just sold your house? So do all of your clients know? Are they educated? Remember, we're real estate agents. They're not. They don't know. This is a complicated business. They have no clue. Maybe they do. Do they know that, hey, you know what? Do you have a house to sell? I want to buy a house. First question out of your mouth, do you have a house to sell? That's the first question. So, I mean, does all of your clients know that not only do you help them buy a house, but you'll help them sell it before they buy the next one? And when they sell this one, because they will, you want to make sure you'll help them sell this one. So fill the pipeline 3 to 7 years, which is the average they're going to stay in that house. Fill it unless you're going to get out of the business, and then don't worry about it.
Wow. So you're telling me that the simplicity in your new creative ideas to take listings is simply make sure that your database knows that you can list houses as well.
I didn't say, yeah, that would be thing one. And then thing two,
which is so simple.
Yeah. Thing two is leveraging your
Right.
existing listings and like, think you can't do everything. You can't sell in 14 different subdivisions well. So use the one, try to leverage it to 2, and then take the 2 and leverage it to 3, and then take the 3 and kill that subdivision. So
Absolutely.
I don't know what neighborhood you farm, but farm one, just one. Don't farm 2. You don't have the money to farm 2 when you're starting out. Farm 1. If you don't have the money to buy marketing equipment, get on Pat and Charlie and go knock on the door. And once you get enough money to actually use marketing, just farm it, saturate it with your face, your beautiful face. If you're ugly, don't put your face on it. Okay. That's not true. But just saturate it so they know this guy does real estate.
And what you were saying is amazing, because you just talked again about going hyper local, focusing on where you want to be the local expert and where people want to recognize your brand. They talked about this at length at Family Reunion, for those of you that were there, right? Talking about going back to the basics, farming a particular area, saturating it with your brand, and helping people know that you can help them. So I love that, John Joe. So lastly, what piece of advice would you leave the agent base with as they push forward toward their goals in 2021?
I would say be careful that your time is not spent and hyper focused on learning the business before you get into the business, because you can spend a ton of time on, and this is probably counterintuitive and I don't want to mess anybody up, but you can spend too much time trying to hone your craft and not enough time doing your craft. You're never going to learn it all. I was very fortunate to start on a team, and so I was kind of immersed in the business right away. There was education that went along with that, and I don't want to minimize education, but it can be way too much enjoyment. Realtors like to party, but remember that you have to do the business. So I guess I would say focus on the things that generate legitimate business and minimize the things that don't, because you gotta have a balance of it. Education is vital, but if you spend all your time educating yourself and you're never doing one, you got to put it into practice. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing that will educate you more than doing 5 or 6 deals, and they all have different scenarios they're going to present you, and you're going to be like, oh crap, what do I do? Well, nobody knows what to do until you get in a situation. I mean, this year has been the biggest educator just on deals that I've had to deal with. And I'm like, I never dealt with this before. So I would say just practice more, and be careful about spending too much time with frivolous activities that really don't make you deals.
Man,
Does that make any
I
sense?
hope
Is that not
everybody,
right?
I hope everybody wrote that down, because we're actually, and we didn't rehearse this, but we're going to talk about at the end. I'm going to leave you with a tidbit from page 88 of the MREA, and it talks about exactly what John Joe just said. And I'll leave that for the end. But John Joe, thank you so much. That was amazing, amazing, amazing advice. And congrats on a great 2020. Does anybody real quick have a question that they want to ask John Joe? Got off easy.
You want to hold hands?
Kumbaya. All right, my friend. Well,
Thanks,
man,
guys.
that was
Enjoy
awesome.
your day.
Thank you so much. And
I'll stick
I
around and
appreciate
listen
you.
in.
Perfect. Appreciate you.
Thanks, buddy. All right, bye, guys.
All right. I hope you guys got as much out of that as I did, because that was awesome. Another congrats to the Synergy Group with John Joe and Drew. Appreciate you, man. All righty. Let's keep on pushing forward. So a big congratulations to those individuals here in February, month to date. And these are our individual agents. Bobby Rose leading the pack in February. Andrea Woodfield, Addie Stover, Kaylin Balkman, Josh Stamps, Shannon Della-Deaver, Tara, Tony, Penny, and Stella. Huge February. Congratulations. You are taking part in the growth in this market, and you should be proud. 2021 year to date, Bobby Rose leading the pack. Andrea Woodfield, number 2, and Tara, Stella, Trenton, Patty, Kaylin, Josh, Camille, and Penny. A huge congratulations to these individual agents. These are some serious numbers, by the way. We're only 2 months in. This is just through February, correct? I'm correct on that, right? Yep. So this is through February.
So the left is month of just February, and the right side is year to date.
Year to date through February. So a huge congratulations to these individuals. And now our teams, the Infinity Group, challenging the Synergy Group, and the SC Real Estate Chick. The Infinity Group leading the pack in February 2021 with Ronnie and team, John Holt, Synergy Group, the Baskin team, her group getting up there, Flanagan, Coastal Edge, Jessica Lucas, Kyle Walker and Al Simmons in the Location Group, and Trad and his team in February. And a huge congratulations to them. Here year to date, very similar. You've got Maggie and team leading the charge 2 months in. Ronnie close behind the Synergy Group as well. John Holt and Charleston Diggs, Baskin and his team, Denise the her group, Kyle, Al, the Location Group, Flanagan home team, Bastion, and Jessica Lucas, number 10. So a huge congratulations to these individuals. Real quick, we have to continue to focus on listings. If you don't know why you should focus on listings, please go to page 102 of the MREA and read about it. Page 102 of the MREA, we need listings, and that's what controls the market. SC Real Estate Chick, Ronnie and team crushing it with 6, Synergy Group with 5, Carmel and team and Alan 2, John Holt, Shenandoah, and Baskin all with 2 as well. Congratulations, that's for February listings taken. February listings sold. Had to move my little thing here. Charleston Diggs, Baskin, Ronnie, Synergy Group, Location Group, and Patty. Huge congratulations getting those listings sold. And closed units for the month of February. Maggie and team leading the charge big time with 8. Baskin, 5. John Holton team 5. Ronnie, Synergy Group, and Patty all with 4 listing or closed units in the month of February. Huge congratulations. Keep it up. Keep pushing. Do not stop. Keep your foot on the skinny pedal. I love it. All right, profit share. We've talked a lot about profit share. Go get your unfair share. If you don't know a lot about profit share, join John Joe as the growth committee chair, and Trenton Seginger as the growth committee chair, and Winnie as our director of growth, and myself on the 21st. Every 21st of the month. If it lands on a weekend, it usually is the day before. But come and learn how you can earn profit share, earn passive income, get on this list, and literally be at KW, the largest real estate company in the world and the best one in Charleston, for free. for free, right? We'll pay you to be here. So come and learn how to do that. But these 10 individuals helping to continue grow the company, get in the business with great minds. Huge congratulations to these 10. And cappers, love this. Camille and Adam, Patty, Sober, congratulations. You're capped. You're not paying the company anymore. And go and earn that 100%. I saw something a while back. I don't know if it's still completely true, but this is fun. I heard that those individuals that cap, productivity actually goes up by more than 30% once an individual caps. That is all mental. You're achieving 100%, you're earning 100% of your commissions. Go get it. First closings here with us. So a huge congratulations to Scott Hunter, Lauren, the Noble Group, Latoya, and I got to move things around, and Elizabeth. Congratulations. Way to go. Their first closings with us or in real estate. And a huge welcome to the family. This is always my favorite, getting in the business with amazing, amazing minds. Johnny, Paul, Victoria, I saw you on here. Aniqua, Frida, I saw you on here. Gary and Jennifer, a huge, huge welcome to the family. If you see them on Zooms, if you see them in the office, I know we've been in there more. Say hello, introduce yourself. I think it was Abby talking about how amazing the support has been and that family feel. And she had a question, she threw it on the Facebook group, or she texted and called people that she started to get to know. Collaboration, if I go back to our vision, collaboration, that is what this company is all about. So dive into it. Welcome to the family team. And you know how it is. You don't want me singing, but a huge happy birthday to these individuals. You can read them. I'm not going to read them all, but happy birthday.
I feel like we do want you to sing, Vince. I feel like
we don't.
I feel like March singing.
Maybe one of these months we'll do it, and I'll do like a little dance or something.
Okay, we're gonna just get a video you made of you dancing and singing. We'll just play that every time.
Yeah, exactly. Or when Trenton comes into my office and blasts music, usually we can catch a good dance party then. All right, happy birthday to them. And here he is, the amazing Matt Mears. What do you got for us in the mortgage world?
All sunshine and rainbows. It's good times. Yeah. No, everything's been going pretty well lately, guys. Obviously interest rates went up a little bit. That was to be expected, but it looks like in the last week or so, interest rates have kind of leveled off. We're sitting probably around the national average, about 3.375. So if you have clients that have expectations below that, let them know that rates have gone up, but more importantly, interest rates are still ridiculously low. Again, going into last year, a rate in 3.25, 3.375, someone would have fallen over themselves to have it. So that's a good thing. And then more importantly, you probably saw the announcement from Fannie and Freddie as far as the changes that are coming up to second home and investment financing. And I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with Fannie and Freddie, but basically all lenders sell their conventional loans to these two organizations, and they're in receivership. They went bankrupt when the housing market crashed. So the government owns them, you and I own them, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to raise enough capital to become private companies again. And part of the restrictions the government put on them was that they can't have more than 7% of their loans and portfolio be second homes or investment properties. So there's only one thing to do in that situation, which is to raise interest rates, raise down payment requirements, and price those loans out. So we don't know what those down payment guidelines are going to look like, and we don't know what that interest rate pricing is going to look like until the first week of April. But obviously that's a big change to our market, because right now you can buy a second home with 10% down or investment home with 15 or 20% down. That's going to change. Second home interest rates are the same as a primary residence. That's also going to change. So again, I can't tell you today what those changes will be, but I expect for investment properties it'll be pretty serious. So initially the reaction is going to be negative. It stinks, but what it's going to do, it's going to bring more competitors in the market. So right now, one of the wild things about Fannie and Freddie is that a home buyer putting 3% down gets a better interest rate than someone that puts 20% down. And the reason why is because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they don't have any competition. So again, what this is going to do is going to breed more competition. It's going to give us more loan options down the road. So yes, initially it's a little bit of a pain point for the next couple of months, but as investors and people come to market, it's going to be a lot better. We're going to have more options that we traditionally have. And I think you'll find it a better situation solution for our industry as a whole.
Love it. That's
Yeah.
awesome, Matt. And I think we're all local experts, right? We have to be local experts. We have to know what's going on in the economy. We have to know what's going on in our local markets. And yet we can't know it all. Having great partners like Matt, like Ellen, reaching out to them and having them in your corner is super, super important so that you can guide your client to the right thing for them. So reach out to Matt. Matt, if you don't mind, throw your contact info in the chat just so everybody has it. Appreciate you, man. Have
Yeah.
anything else to leave us with?
No, that's it. Like I said, just if you got someone that's actively looking for investment properties or second homes, just give them a heads up that the guidelines are going to change. Like you said, reach out to Ellen or me or a lender and just keep an eye on it.
Love it.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, man. All righty, let's keep on rocking. Tech Talk with Jay, I can't remember the name of the award. Tech Hero, I think it was. So what do you got for us, Jay? Are you still on here?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to touch base. I know we've brought on a lot of new people, and so I just wanted to remind everybody of kind of what my role is as a market center tech trainer. Excuse me, pollen is getting me. But I want to say that my job is to connect you guys with KW Technology to help you leverage your business to make your business work in today's market, but also allow you to take back some of your time. That's the goal with our technology. That said, a lot of what I do also is DocuSign training. And I know we've had a lot of, questions about this recently, particularly with a lot of new agents. But the last couple of weeks, I have not seen a lot of interaction with people for these classes. And so I wanted to ask, is there something that I can do differently that would better serve you guys? We've been talking a lot within our MCTT group about videos and posting those sorts of things on YouTube so that you can kind of watch them on demand. Is that a better fit? What does that look like for you guys? What do you want from me? Stella and I have been having some really great conversations recently about how we bring tech to you guys. And as your ALC tech chair, and that's what Stella's role is, and as me as your tech trainer, we want to be able to bring you guys the best tips and tricks on how to leverage Command in the best way possible. So just let us know. We're here for you, whatever that looks like. I want to also say too, for teams and anybody that's new to the Market Center, if you didn't know this, I am available for you to have one-on-one consultations with. I have blocked time for those sorts of meetings. I would love to get to know you and your business a little bit better to know how you can better leverage Command. So I'm here to help. Just let me know how I can be that help for you, and we'll get it done.
I love it. And appreciate you, Jay. And I think, Jay, you put a blurb or that question on Facebook, correct, in our group? So if everybody could go, we want to bring, you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see us asking questions in the Facebook group so that it's an easy forum for us to get answers, because we don't want to continue to sit up here and tell you what we think you want to hear. We rather just ask and make sure we provide that support. So go and answer, throw some comments into Jay's post. We appreciate you. And I want to,
one thing I will say
to
Vince.
Go ahead.
One thing I will say too, Vince, is that next Wednesday, I believe it is, Tiffany or Kristen can correct me if I'm wrong, but next Wednesday we're going to do DocuSign again, but we're going to focus on DocuSign's newest feature, which is templates. And what this allows is for you to create a template for like a listing agreement or a buyer's agency agreement, or even a purchase contract where certain fields always stay the same. You can go ahead and save those templates so that you can pull that up every single time. This is a new feature within DocuSign. that we now have, and a lot of you have been asking for this for quite a while, because this will help save you an enormous amount of time on filling out some of these forms that, and again, on the buyer agency and the listing agreement, a lot of these fields stay the same every single time. So that's what these templates will really help, smooth things out for you in the long run. So that's coming up next Wednesday, and we're going to record it, and it'll be available on YouTube as well.
I love it. And for those, I see a few teams on here. For those of you that are utilizing Teams, Command for Teams, every Thursday at 10 a.m., it's on our calendar. But the regional tech trainer, Sydney Seymour, I think it is, right? She is doing a Command for Teams training at 10 a.m. every Thursday. Amazing resource as well, on top of Jay. And I was talking to her yesterday, and I figured I'd share this. Jay, you'll love this. So Gary Keller came out publicly and said, moving forward for the next 66 days, he and the team and KW as a whole is focusing on usability of Command and stability of Command, right? At that point, there were 90, and this was around family reunion. At that point, there were 96 things picked for the 66-day challenge that were already in the queue or to fix, or were known issues. We've all heard that before, right? Now, what's really cool about that, 16 of those were deemed high priority, meaning they were legitimately disruptive to an agent running their business. Not good. Now, here's the other really cool thing about that. As of 3/12, as of the 12th of March, and we're on the 25th, so this is a while back, 41 of those 96 were fixed or in production to be fixed. That's the largest usability update in Command history. There's a book called The Innovator's Dilemma. This is why this matters, right? People leave visions because they don't see progress toward vision. They don't see progress toward whatever it was that was promised. It took a while for Command to build everything and for KW to build everything. But what's amazing is there's, again, The Innovator's Dilemma. It's an amazing book, but it talks about how it takes a while to build the first iteration of something, specifically tech, but then the ability to update that tech from version 1 to version 10 happens in a quarter of the time, even less, right? And we can see that with these 96 or these 41 of the 96 problems being fixed so quickly. That's less than 30 days. Almost more than half of the issues that were known were supported and fixed or in production to be fixed. So that's a huge deal. So stick with us. We hear you. KW hears us. Trust me, I know Jay has been screaming from the rooftops to the higher up, so to speak. And I have been doing the same. The leadership team has been doing the same. We know of the usability issues here and there, but we also know of the amazing capabilities of Command and how we can integrate them into our businesses. So just amazing stat that I wanted to throw out there. So let's keep on rocking. KWYP. So we have amazing things coming up in YP. So if you don't know about YP, reach out to me. We reach out to the president, Winnie, or Kyle. I saw him on here, or any of the individuals in YPJ. But on Sunday, I'm sorry, the 27th, whatever day that is. I guess that's Saturday. On Saturday, there's a fun boot camp.
Saturday.
Beach boot camp and Taco Boy. Come to both, come to one. But it starts at 9:30 for a quick workout, and then Taco Boy afterwards for some margaritas and some fun and networking. So join. If you have questions about it, reach out to the leadership team. We can connect you to the right person, or Winnie, the president. We appreciate YP, a great crew. What's coming up? Kristen, help me.
Awesome. So we have a 1 p.m. Scott Leroy class. If you haven't been to any of those, they are super informative. I try to catch them if I can. That's today at 1 p.m. Going over marketing tools with KW, and 2 p.m. the Ignite Command 101 with KT Temple. So that should be a good one if you haven't called it yet. March 29th is Winwood Cellars. If you want it, we already had a version of this, but sorry, the phone's ringing. we are going to have a paid version that is through your education fund. So if you would like to get registered, email me and we'll make sure to get that done.
I love that. Now, quick point to this. If I remember correctly, there were something like 1,500 listings or something in the market. And I hear everybody talking about low inventory, which I'm not a huge fan of because it creates buyer remorse and buyer reluctance. However, listings right now are tough to keep on the market and tough to come by. We have to work harder to go and find listings. If you're looking for creative ways to go find more listings, or if you don't have listings right now, going to something like Win the Sellers is a must. Allocating a few hours of, I don't know what day of the week this is, let's call it a Thursday. Allocating a few hours of whatever day that is absolutely a great use of your time. Again, page 102 of the MREA. We need to keep finding listings, right? It's so important. Get into this class. Trust me. Ignite.
Awesome. We have a new Ignite starting April 5th. That will be, I'll send it out. I'll send all these links out for you all to get signed up. We're kind of trying to send these out in the spotlight trainings so that you all know what's coming up. But yep, Ignite is starting again April 5th.
Love it. Get an Ignite. And Ignite is not just for new agents. Ignite is for those individuals that want to reignite or ignite their business, right? Back to the basics. John Joe talked about something earlier. He talked about going back and go farm, right? Go hyper local. Get into Ignite and learn about some of these pieces to the puzzle. Holy smokes, that's a lot. You're up.
So I also did all of the April trainings that CES is offering. So April 6th, all hands on tech with Zach Younger. April 25th, the 15th, excuse me, the one thing with Curtis Thierry. Probably said that wrong. April 19th, Agent Mastermind with Cappers. April 20th, Shift is happening. So definitely recommend getting in on that one. And then April 28th is Disc Selling with Style. And we actually did this at a Market Center level with Cynthia a couple months ago, but definitely get in on this. It's free, so why not?
Absolutely.
Definitely a good one. She's awesome.
These are some amazing classes. Take advantage of them.
April 21st, we also have Quantum Leap. I will be taking it too. If you want to get registered, reach out to me and I'll make sure we get you on that.
This course is one of the best in KW.
There is no reason everyone should not sign up for this course. Like I respect totally what John Joe was saying. Looking at the April calendar, you can absolutely train yourself right out of the business. This one should be a non-negotiable for you though. Especially if you haven't taken it, but even if you have, absolutely sign up for this.
And it's Dick Dillingham, if I remember correctly, correct? Yes. I'm right on that, right? Dick Dillingham is one of the best instructors, no offense, Joseph, one of the best instructors in this entire company. And honestly, I'd probably put him up against anybody. He's so captivating. He's passionate. His message in this course is one that you want to hear. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This course completely changed the trajectory of my life back in 2016. There are things that I still do today that were created when I took this course with Dick Dillingham back in 2016. Amazing course. So get into it. I promise you on this one, it's going to be impactful. All right. So let's do this. Oh, we don't have Broker Minute on there. You've been doing those. You're good to go there, Joseph, right? Cool. So I wanted to make a quick point. So the other day, I was on a call, and I was on a call with my coach. His name is Matt Teeter, amazing guy. And we were talking about goals. And most of the time, we would just call coaching what it is, right? We have a goal. And we have what we actually did, and we have to determine what we feel about that, right? Whether we hit the goal, whether we came short of it, whether we exceeded it. And then we have to determine what we're going to change, right? And most of the time, if we come short, we'll then go and justify the actions to get to that point, right? And there's a simple reason that we do it, because we'll go to things like, Well, I should have converted more, right? My conversion rate should have been higher. I'll work on my skill so that my conversion rate is better. And then I'll hit my goal. Well, that's terribly backwards, because our skill is never going to increase at the rate that we can increase our activity. And the reason we always go to conversion rate is because we want to avoid the hard work that the activity is usually going to be, right? For example, going on appointments. If I don't like where I was from a listing perspective, most likely I'm not going to just increase my conversion. I'm going to have to go on more appointments, because the conversion rate is going to increase at a much slower rate and over time than I can just increase my appointments. So it kind of went to this idea, and Stella kind of referenced it, went to this idea of batting averages, right? And focusing on our successes, but appreciating the no's. So I want everybody, if you have the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book in front of you, I don't know how to do this with this background. And if I was to take the background off, my wife would kill me because I'm standing in a room, a bunch of boxes, but because we're still moving, it's fun. Moving is fun. So I want everybody to go to page 88 of the MREA, if you have it. I'm going to read something real quick, because this is what my coach said to me, and it was super eye-opening. I didn't love it, but it was amazing, and it made me change. That's what coaching is all about. So I'm going to read from the top. Progress is about quantity and reputation. Success is in the numbers. Real quick, John Joe made a comment. He said, focus on the things that matter, right? And focus on doing more. So I'm going to continue to read. David Bales and Ted Orland, in their enlightening book, Art and Fear, tell the story of the ceramics teacher who divided his class into two groups. One would be graded solely on the quality of their work, and the other would be graded solely on the quantity of their work. He was very straightforward about his grading criteria. The group graded on quality would produce one pot, which needed to be perfect to get an A. The quantity group would have all their pots weighed. If they had produced 50 pounds of pots, they got an A. If they produced less, their grade would suffer. The results were quite revealing. The quality group spent much of their time planning the perfect pot, but when it came time to create it, they either made mistakes or their skills were too underdeveloped to fulfill their visions. On the other hand, the quantity group churned out pot after pot, and in the process learned from their mistakes and perfected more advanced techniques. If you haven't guessed, the group that focused on quantity not only generated a greater quantity of work, but also work of a superior quality. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent does not see consequences in terms of positives or negatives. If something has an outcome, whether it has a positive or a negative, they call it progress. I want to read that again. If something has an outcome, whether it has a positive or a negative result, they call it progress. Because they think progress, they know that failures are just stepping stones. Part of the learning process, and they don't let the negative outcomes derail their enthusiasm. These highly successful real estate agents also know that persistence and repetition will eventually yield tremendous results. So go to that page. I've had a lot of conversations lately. One, Stella mentioned, about hearing no's or not hitting the result that we want, right? Keep going. Do not stop, do not quit, but just keep doing it more, because the more we swing the bat, the higher the chances of us, one, getting better at swinging the bat, and two, the higher the chances of us hitting the ball out of the park. And each one of you on this call, on the Facebooks, in our business and in business with us, have the ability to knock the ball out of the park. You just have to continue to work and learn how to do it. Focus on quantity, not on quality, because quality will come. And I'm really, really big on this lately, because I've seen it even in my own life and in the results that I put up on the board. It's all about quantity, because we will get better when we focus on that. So that's what I want to leave you with today. I hope that's valuable. I'm passionate about it. It's an amazing, amazing concept, and a simple one at that. And just don't be afraid of hard work. Go do it, because you guys can. So lastly, does anybody have anything they want to add? Good. Drop the mic. Buyer and seller needs.
I just want to go back to having something to add. I feel like the theme, whether it was intentional or not, was stop getting, quit getting ready to get ready and just go out there and do it and make the mistakes. That's the only way we learn. And I have made a lot of them. If y'all want to hear about them, just come and ask.
I love it. And that's the key. Just do. Progress, not perfection. Right? We keep on trying. Don't give up. The only time failure matters is is the last failure, because it means you quit. Keep on going. You'll learn more from failures, and then just keep your mindset right, because you can do it. I love that, Denise. Anything else? All right. Anybody have any buyer or seller needs or upcoming listings that they want to throw out into the group? Let's continue to use our internal agents, our internal resources to generate more business. You're seeing all the time that in this market, off-market deals are becoming more prevalent. There's a reason for that, right? Leverage our infrastructure, leverage our agent base. I know that there's a new Facebook group that you can use. We're working on a few other things. So leverage all that. Anybody
If I
have
could
any?
jump in real quick, Vince, about that Facebook
Please.
group. I was talking with a group of other KW agents the other day, and we were talking about how that is a valuable resource that we all have right now. And the best way for it to work is if we all contribute to it. So if you have something, please post it. Please, socialize it. I think many of us know that like Carolina One has a really great way of getting their listings out there, and that's to the people in their brokerage. And that's why so many of the things are being sold off market. And we need to do the best we can to beat that. And using this free tool of Facebook to do that is ideal right now, unless something comes up that's more razzle dazzle. But in the meantime, please, if you have something that you are listing, put it in there. Consider that to be like maybe one of the things you need to do. Put it on your checklist, please.
Yeah. Leverage our infrastructure. Leverage collaboration, right? Leverage the tools and the infrastructure that you have to provide more value to your clients. So I love that. All right, team, without further ado, I'm going to speak now and forever hold your peace. All right, I appreciate each and every one of you. The leadership team, I can speak for them, and that we're humbled to be in business with each and every one of you. We absolutely love the KW family, the KW Charleston West Ashley family. And if there's ever anything that we can do for you, call us, text us, run through my door, whatever you need to do, because we're here for you. Rock and roll. See you, team.